Hi, welcome to 50 Incredible Fun Facts.
Humans and chimpanzees share more than 98% of their DNA. It takes approximately 8 minutes and 19 seconds for light to travel from the sun to Earth. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Black holes aren't actually black, but emit thermal radiation which makes them appear black. In Japan, people don't tip as it's considered an insult. The city of Istanbul is located on 2 different continents, Europe and Asia. In Iceland, 97% of the population has access to geothermal heating. In India, the official alphabet has 22 different languages. In Argentina, the Day of Friendship is celebrated on July 20th. The American flag has 50 stars to represent the 50 states and 13 stripes to represent the original 13 colonies. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to the United States in 1886. It is a symbol of freedom and welcomes immigrants. English is the official language of the United States, but it is not the native language of indigenous peoples. There are over 350 indigenous languages spoken in the country. The Grand Canyon, one of the most impressive natural landscapes in the world, is located in Arizona and is over 277 miles, 446 kilometers long. The world's first national park, Yellowstone National Park, is located in Wyoming and was established in 1872. Dogs can have dreams just like humans. Giraffes have tongues that can measure up to 45 centimeters in length. Cats cannot taste sweetness due to a genetic deficiency. Butterflies can taste with their feet. Octopuses have 3 hearts. The Great Pyramid is the oldest structure among the 7 wonders of the world, and it's believed to have been built over 4,500 years ago. Although the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were considered one of the most impressive gardens of the ancient world, no archaeological evidence has been found to prove their existence. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus was one of the largest temples of the ancient world, with 127 giant columns. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was one of the largest statues of the ancient world, standing at a height of 12 meters. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus was a tomb built for the king Mausolus, and it's believed to have been one of the largest structures of its time. The Colossus of Rhodes was a giant statue that represented the Greek god Helios and stood at the entrance of the port of the city of Rhodes. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was one of the tallest structures of the ancient world, standing at a height of approximately 134 meters. It was destroyed by an earthquake in the 14th century. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896. It lasted only 38 minutes. The tongue of a blue whale can weigh as much as an elephant. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old. The tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, can be seen from 95 kilometers away on a clear day. The longest wedding veil ever made was longer than 63 football fields. The first video games were in black and white. Video games in the 1970s and early 1980s didn't have the capability to display graphics in color. Instead, shades of gray were used to represent objects and characters on the screen. The first commercial video game was Pong. Pong, released in 1972 by Atari, was the first commercially successful video game. It consisted of 2 paddles hitting a virtual ball back and forth across the screen. Retro video games were based on mechanics. Many video games from the 1980s were based on simple mechanics such as jumping, shooting, and dodging obstacles. Game developers focused more on gameplay than graphics. Retro video games were known for their high difficulty. Retro video games were known for their high difficulty level. Many games were so challenging that players needed practice and special skills to beat them. Retro video games were played in arcade machines. Before video games became popular on home consoles, games were played in arcade machines. Players would insert coins into the machine to play for a few minutes. The ringing we hear after being exposed to a very loud noise is called tinnitus. The Great Wall of China has a total length of over 13,000 miles. Human thumbs have their own thumb, called an opposable thumb. Flamingos sleep standing on one leg. On the island of Komodo, Indonesia, live Komodo dragons, which are the largest lizards in the world. Electricity travels at the speed of light, which is about 299,792,458 meters per second. The sun releases more energy in 1 second than has been consumed in all of human history. The strongest known knot is the Turk's head knot. Zebras have unique stripes, just like fingerprints in humans. Chess was invented in India over 1,500 years ago. Disney. In Disneyland and Disney World, there are underground tunnels so that characters can move around without being seen by visitors. NFL. The Super Bowl is the most watched sporting event in the United States and the second most watched event worldwide after the UEFA Champions League final. Facebook. The like button was originally going to be called Awesome. Internet. In 2019, 53.6% of the world's population used the internet.